default. The next up is yet another meme talking about the new ascension process, in particular the Trial of the Sekimas and the Trial of Chaos. People do not like them compared to the Labyrinth.
Because they're harder. That's why. They're harder. In my opinion, I think that the new version is a better design, but it's harder. Like, basically, my opinion of the Labyrinth change is the same as my opinion of Arch Nemesis. The mechanics of Arch Nemesis, like rare NPCs, I think are a tremendous upgrade over what the previous mechanics were before that. That doesn't mean that Arch Nemesis mobs should have stayed in the game the way they were, but the idea of having rare mobs that have affixes that actually mean something and are interesting, this is a better form of design. But it's also a more difficult form of design. And the problem is that people are going to complain whenever you make the game easier. But in this circumstance, I think that complaining is unreasonable.
More in-depth than the Labyrinth, they are more fun than the Labyrinth, and yes, they are more engaging and challenging than the Labyrinth.
Yeah, the Labyrinth is just boring. It's a boring, annoying time sink that isn't fun to do, and there's no actual thinking involved. I think it sucks. Now, it was great when it came out, but I think the new one's better.
Sure, the Labyrinth was very annoying to a lot of people. They didn't like
their garbage in endgame. Numbers are tremendously overtuned. Yeah, so that's the same thing with Arch Nemesis. That's actually a really great point, because that's the exact same situation we had with Arch Nemesis. Arch Nemesis was overtuned, but on a foundational level, it was good design.
This layout and traps and fighting Azaro, league after league, time after time.
Yeah.
Well, now they invested a lot into these two new Ascension types, with a third on the way during early access, and they've become entire endgame systems, and they are very well developed. And people don't like that you have to spend a lot of time in, and there is a chance of failure. The Labyrinth, for all of the annoyances about it, was pretty darn easy. The Trial of the Sekimas, when you first encounter it...
When Lab came out, it was pretty hard. I remember doing it like the league after it came out. I was like, fuck, this is kind of challenging.
Of Exile 2 is difficult. It engages you when you play. And people, once again, don't necessarily like that. It goes back to the first post about gear and you needing to engage with the gear that actually drops, and not just, oh, okay, bunch of gear drops, I'm going to pick up this, one of them's bound to be good.
Yeah.
No, you have to pay attention to the individual gear drops. Every item matters, as long as it's an item that you really can use on your class.